Today, we are going to be looking at some Abraham Hicks material.
Okay.
And this is all about the law of attraction and how our thoughts and emotions shape our reality.
Right.
So if you are at all interested in manifesting your desires,
Yeah,
this is going to be a good one.
for sure, for sure.
We're going to be uncovering concepts like rockets of desire,
Mm.
and we'll talk about how even just fleeting positive thoughts
Yeah.
can have a real impact.
Absolutely.
Oh.
What I find fascinating about Abraham Hicks is how they reframe our relationship with the universe.
Okay.
At the core of it is this idea of source energy
Okay.
or inner being,
Yeah.
pure positive energy,
Right.
the essence of who you truly are.
So it's like a higher self,
Exactly.
always rooting for us and our well-being.
Exactly. And that's why negative thoughts can feel so out of sync.
Right.
The transcript gives this great example.
Okay.
Imagine feeling hatred towards someone.
It feels awful, right?
Yeah.
That's because your source energy, in its infinite love and wisdom, actually loves that person.
Oh.
That contrast
Wow.
creates that negative feeling.
Yeah. That's powerful.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if those uncomfortable feelings are actually a helpful signal then.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's all about understanding these mechanics of manifestation,
Right.
which Abraham breaks down in a very interesting way.
Okay.
Our thoughts and emotions
Yeah.
send out vibrational signals
Mm-hmm.
that literally shape our reality.
So we are constantly creating,
Precisely.
whether we're aware of it or not.
Yeah.
Wow.
And one of the ways this happens is through what Abraham calls rockets of desire.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed how when you get crystal clear about what you don't want,
Yeah.
it can momentarily clarify what you do want?
Oh, totally. Like
Yeah.
being stuck in traffic and suddenly, you just want to be home so bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That flash of clarity
Yeah.
that I want this instead.
It's like launching a rocket of desire.
Okay.
It might be fleeting,
Mm-hmm.
but it initiates that manifestation process.
Interesting.
And this is where the 17-second rule comes into play.
Okay.
Focusing on a thought for just 17 seconds can shift your vibration,
Wow.
but holding that positive feeling for 68 seconds
Okay.
creates real momentum.
Okay. I've heard about this 17-second rule, but never really understood how it works.
Yeah.
So it sounds like those quick bursts of joy or appreciation
Yeah,
throughout the day are more important than we think.
that's right.
Wow.
The transcript emphasizes that even those fleeting positive thoughts,
Yeah.
they matter because they are held by source energy, amplified, and contribute to shaping your reality.
So it's like Source is working behind the scenes,
Yes.
even when we're not fully conscious of it.
Constantly supporting us.
That's actually really reassuring to know.
Yeah.
So where do emotions fit into all of this?
Wow.
They play a big role,
You
right?
think of your emotions as your internal GPS. They're constantly giving you feedback about whether your thoughts are aligned with source energy and your true desires.
So it's not about judging ourselves for having negative emotions,
No.
but rather seeing them as valuable information.
Exactly. The transcript highlights specific emotions and their corresponding states of alignment.
Okay.
Feelings like anger, defensiveness,
Right.
or even boredom.
Yeah.
These are all signals that we're out of sync with source energy.
Got it.
On the other hand, feelings like exhilaration, love, appreciation, and interest,
Okay.
those tell us we're on the right track.
So it's like the feel-good emotions are a green light,
Yes.
and the not-so-good ones are a yellow light, telling us to pause and check our direction.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
It's all about recognizing that well-being is our natural state.
Right.
It's always available to us.
Yeah.
It's just that sometimes our thoughts block it.
Okay.
And this is where things get really interesting
Yeah.
because Abraham Hicks teaches that
Mhm.
we're not just passive recipients of whatever life throws our way.
Okay.
We have the power to consciously create our reality.
I definitely want to hear more about that.
Yeah,
It sounds like we have more agency in shaping our reality
absolutely.
than we might realize.
We might not be able to control every single event in our lives,
Right.
but we do have a tremendous amount of influence
Okay.
over how we experience those events
Yeah.
and what we attract into our experience.
So how do we do that?
It starts with understanding that we're constantly molding energy
Okay.
with our thoughts and our feelings.
So it's not just about thinking positive thoughts
Right.
and hoping for the best.
It's about becoming conscious creators.
Okay.
The transcript mentions that it takes just 17 seconds of focused thought to shift our vibration.
Okay.
And if we can maintain that feeling of well-being for 68 seconds, it creates a significant shift in our point of attraction.
Interesting.
So the more we can cultivate those positive emotions and align with the energy of what we want, the more we invite those experiences into our reality.
That makes me think about those times when I'm feeling really frustrated or down.
Yeah.
It's almost like I get stuck in this loop of negative thoughts.
Yeah.
And it feels impossible to shift out of it.
The transcript actually emphasizes that well-being is always available to us.
Okay.
It's our natural state.
Got it.
It's just that our thoughts sometimes get in the way.
Okay, but how do we actually do that?
The key is to become more aware of those thoughts.
Right.
And to make a conscious choice to shift our focus.
That sounds easier said than done.
It is.
Especially when those negative emotions feel so real and intense.
One technique the transcript highlights is paying attention to how we feel.
Right.
Remember, our emotions are like a compass, guiding us toward or away from our desires.
So instead of resisting or suppressing negative emotions, we can use them as valuable feedback.
Exactly. They're an invitation to examine our thoughts and our beliefs.
So those negative emotions are actually trying to help us.
They are.
To figure out what's causing that feeling.
Yeah. And is there something we need to shift in our thinking or our perspective?
So if we can get curious about those negative emotions, instead of getting swept up in them, then we can start to gain more control over our experience.
The transcript mentions that we can mold energy to get the results that we want. It's not about forcing things to happen, but rather becoming more deliberate in our thoughts and actions. Aligning ourselves with the energy of what we want to experience.
So instead of trying to control every detail, we can focus on cultivating the feelings and beliefs that are in alignment with our desires.
That's beautifully put.
And then trust that the universe will orchestrate the details.
It's about surrendering to that flow of well-being.
I love that.
And allowing the manifestation process to unfold naturally.
It takes the pressure off.
It does.
Of trying to micromanage everything. And invites us to trust in something bigger than ourselves.
Exactly. And as we cultivate that trust and allow ourselves to be guided by our intuition and our emotions, we open ourselves up to experiencing the joy and excitement of co-creating with the universe.
Speaking of co-creation,
the
transcript also mentions something about vortexes. What are those?
And
how do they fit into this whole manifestation process?
The vortexes. That's where things get really interesting. Imagine these vortexes as swirling energy fields of pure potentiality. Where all of our desires already exist in vibrational form.
So I'm picturing these vortexes swirling with potential. It sounds like a pretty amazing cosmic party.
It is. It really is. Think of it like this. Your dream job. Your perfect partner. That incredible trip you've always wanted to take. It's already there.
Wow.
Swirling around in these vortexes.
Well, it's not about creating those desires out of thin air. It's more about tuning into the frequency.
You got it.
Where they already exist.
The more we align our vibration with the vibration of what we want through our thoughts, our feelings, and beliefs, the more we tap into the power of those vortexes and allow those desires to manifest in our physical reality.
So it's like we're turning the dial to the right station
to
tune in to what we want.
And here's where things get really interesting. The transcript suggests that our interactions with other people can actually play a huge role in this process.
I've never thought about it that way. How so?
Abraham explains it like this. When we come together with others who are focused on similar desires, we collectively create even more powerful vortexes of energy.
Interesting. So it's like we're amplifying the signal. Making it even stronger.
And the more people who join the party
Right.
and contribute their positive energy and focused intention, the faster and more powerfully those desires manifest.
For everyone.
For everyone involved.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
It really highlights the power of community.
Yeah.
And shared intention.
Absolutely.
Like if we want to manifest our dreams,
Yeah.
it sounds like finding our tribe.
Yes.
Those people who are on the same wavelength.
Finding your people.
Is a key part of the equation.
I completely agree. Surrounding ourselves with people who inspire us,
Yeah.
who uplift us, who encourage us to believe in the power of our dreams.
That makes all the difference.
It really does.
Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive.
It has.
It's like you've given us a whole new lens through which to view the world and our role in it.
I like that.
As we wrap up here,
okay,
is there a key takeaway that you hope our listeners will walk away with?
For me, it all comes back to remembering that well-being is our natural state.
Yes.
It's always available to us.
It is.
But sometimes we get in our own way with those limiting thoughts and beliefs.
Totally.
Yeah.
By understanding our connection to source energy,
yes,
harnessing the power of our focus, consciously aligning our vibration with our desires,
we can create a life filled with joy, abundance, and fulfillment.
I love that. And just to reiterate a point that really resonated with me.
Yeah.
Even those seemingly fleeting positive thoughts throughout the day, they have a ripple effect.
They do.
Source energy is holding on to those positive vibes.
Absolutely.
Amplifying them.
Yes.
Helping us move towards the reality that we desire.
That's a great point to end on.
It is.
If I could leave the listener with one final thought, it would be this. If you could choose any feeling to embody right now, what would it be? What rocket of desire might that feeling launch? Choose that feeling.
Wow.
Hold on to it.
Yeah.
And allow yourself to be surprised and delighted by the magic of manifestation.
Beautiful way to end our deep dive.
I agree.
For anyone who's feeling inspired to learn more,
I
highly recommend exploring Abraham Hicks's teachings further.
For sure.
There's a wealth of wisdom waiting to be discovered.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep diving deep and keep believing in the power of your dreams.
Yes.